All right. Those that are coming in love and light, high vibes and positivity, greetings and welcome, and thank you for joining. Earlier, for those of you that may have joined the last live, you didn't hear me talking, and I was intentional because it was about the frequencies of the mantras that were playing, and so allowing those who were being divinely guided and drawn to be able to benefit off of what that particular frequency, those mantras were about. Okay, so that's kind of why I was just there and silent. And then on the screen, you saw a mudra. And so that was an invitation to just kind of tap in and listen to those frequencies, the benefits of that vibration, as well as pairing it with that particular mudra to assist with grounding so that we can work on this sacral chakra, right? We're on day 2 of 7 days of the sacral chakra, and it's all about the emotion and release. But what needs to take place for us to be able to release or balance? There needs to be a feeling of safety and security, and there needs to be a feeling of groundedness in order to even process or allow. And so I want to invite you guys to remember at some point today, if you can, if the weather permits. I tried to come on earlier as well, with earthing, getting out in nature if you can, and just putting your feet in the dirt, putting your feet in the grass, sun gazing. I know everybody's situations are different, so if you can't physically do that, I invite you all to look into frequencies that resonate with earthing, grounding, and nature, so that you can move into the feminine energy, working with releasing the emotions, balancing the emotions, anything to do with that second chakra. Okay. So I also want to invite you all to pair the mudras. So on the last live and on a short I shared yesterday, I have a mudra for trust. Okay. So that's an earth energy. But a mudra for emotions, I forget what it's called, but if you type that in, you hold it near the sacral chakra, and it assists. It's like you make a little circle, okay, and it assists with releasing. So I invite you all to pair it. First, do the earthing mudra for maybe 2 minutes, and then maybe just go back and forth as you just take breaths. You can even recite the seed mantra, which we are going to get into that. I may do a short concerning that, the seed mantra for your sacral chakra, as well as toning for the sacral chakra. So we will add that, okay? So I just wanted to share that for those of you who are into that, feeling guided to work with your chakra systems and, balancing out your energies in that way. However, this is not even what this live is about. That was just like a commercial, a disclaimer, yada, yada. This live is about if then. If then, okay? And some of the things that I'm about to say, I'm sure at some point I have said on other videos. And it's just basically discussions about the difference between when we are actually incorporating something and then when we are not incorporating something. So, if then. Now let me give you some examples. If I observe this tree and I look at it and I go, okay, that's the tree. It's green. It's sticking out this way. It's this length. If I draw something like that, or I go buy something that looks like that, does it mean that I am operating in the frequency or the vibration of that tree? Automatically. Just does it automatically mean that? So what am I doing? I'm posing questions out there to provoke thought. Does it automatically mean because I have observed this tree, maybe I've studied it, maybe I know how to create something, that looks very much like it, right? But let's say, so this tree in front of me is an organic tree, right? It's organic, it's natural. But let's say I just pick something that has the same colors, the same shapes and structures. However, it's not organic. But it looks exactly the same. It stands the same, it looks the same, it sits the same. I'm sorry. So what would make it different? Like by viewing it, by observation of looking at the external, it can have the appearance of being just like this tree. But the point that I'm making is, if then, does it automatically mean it's this tree? And the answer is no, it doesn't automatically mean that. Because in this case, what I've done is just simply copied something. And this is not even about judging that. This is an observation of that. What I've done is I have just sat and I have studied the tree. I've noticed its length. I've noticed the amount of branches it has. I've noticed the color structure that it has. And I've studied this long enough or thoroughly enough to where I can manufacture something that looks exactly like it. But this tree, since it's an organic tree, it's going to withstand the weather. It's going to withstand the seasons. It's going to incorporate all of the organic frequencies and benefits of its nature. The tree that was manufactured will not. It would just be aesthetically there, but it will not hold all of the same frequency, okay? What other way can we put if then? Why am I doing this? Because this is a part of what has the masses or a mass majority of humanity or individuals confused, stuck, in illusion, discombobulating, believe in anything because it has an ability to be manufactured. If I go on Google and I research everything to do with, I'm just going to let me throw anything out there. Anything to do with painting. Now let's say painting. I'm just being loose with it. Painting, right? Let's say I go and I study and I research everything to do with painting. So I gather the knowledge about it. I gather all of the DIY information. I gather all of the text. I look into all of that. And I even gather the verbiage, the language that's used in the art industry, in painting, and all of that. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm an expert, and doesn't necessarily mean I am now an artist or a painter, just automatically by way of observation. And because I've studied the information that is available for any and everyone online, and I can converse as such, does it automatically mean that? No. Again, the answer is no. Because what makes a person the artist, what makes them the painter, right? It's not just because they've studied factoids and information, or they've Googled something, or they know the lingo or the props. What makes this person an artist or a painter is because they actually have the skill, they operate in that place and space. It's a part of who they are. It's not just something that they've read. Yes? Let's say I read everything to do with religion, spirituality. We can just throw out any arena we want. But does it automatically mean I am holding that vibration? Or does it automatically mean that by way of my observation and by way of my ability to emulate, copy, paste, whatever you want to call it, my ability to do that, does it automatically mean that is really who I am? Just because I've studied, I have mastered the art of research. I have mastered the art of looking into things, and then by way of my observation, I and my disillusionment think I've become that. Without the actual practice. Do y'all see where I'm going? Because it sounds the same. Now remember, we're talking about in the 3D sense. In the 3D sense, in terms of appearance, it's going to almost look exactly alike. Because the individual that is not truly holding the frequency, they do know the language. They do know the lingo. They have mastered the art of appearance. They have mastered being able to talk the way that particular arena or industry identifies with. They have mastered the look. They have mastered the sound. They have mastered all of the terminologies. They have mastered the paraphernalia and props and aesthetics. But did they become it? Did the person become and do all of the necessary actual work from the inside out in transforming into, not just looking like? Because transforming into is not just about I typed it in, I Googled it, I got a team of people to assist me with this. I have mastered aesthetics. I have mastered how to look and sound. I have mastered copying. There are some people that should get Academy Award for being the master of copying. Before anybody goes there, I want to say yes. On a grand scale, we all glean the energy of gleaning from one another, learning from one another, being inspired by one another, and even can be very similar to one another. But that is a very different kind of a frequency. It holds a different frequency than intentional plagiarism, intentional copying with no hard intention of becoming one's own authentic self or version of something. If then, if I'm able to say the words I love you, does it automatically mean that I do? Because I can say the words? Does it, just hear me out, does it automatically mean because I can fix my lips to say the words I love you, and I can say it in a cutesy voice, does it automatically mean that that is truth? Does it automatically mean that that is really the vibration that I'm in regarding you? The answer is no, it doesn't. Society at large has mastered the art of imitation and illusion, learned empathy, learned responses that is expected to give an appearance of something. If then, if I have malicious intentions, I'll use it in this way too, I'll flip it. If I have ill will and ill intentions in a situation, whether it's towards a person, towards a group, towards whatever, or someone I don't like, or someone, whatever the case. And if I have ill will and intentions, but I cover it up with all of the opposites by saying, no, I love this person. No, I wish this person well. No, I would never do any harm to this person. No, I would never attempt to interfere in their lives or anything that belongs to them, as this is what I'm doing to create a persona of myself. So if I've done that, does it mean that my hidden dishonor, ill will, and intentions aren't there? Because I've managed to present. I've mastered the art of acting like a caring, compassionate, empathetic, sensitive, loving, godly, upstanding, understanding, whatever illusion I want to perpetuate to people. Now, does it automatically mean that that hidden dishonor is not there? Why am I doing this? Because people need to learn how to be deep thinkers and stop taking everything at face value. Because we live in a world of illusion, and we live in a world where darker energies or low vibrational people have mastered the art of looking like they're of light energy. And if we're taking everything at face value, then this is in part why a lot of us get trapped up or stuck in situations that we don't understand why certain things is happening, because you're not dealing with authentic people that has the capability of showing up and being transparent. If then, you know how many people, and age doesn't matter, culture doesn't matter, intelligence doesn't matter. I know people to this very day, very intelligent, different cultures and nationalities, different socioeconomic classes. So this is not just about a certain group, a certain socioeconomic class, a certain level of intelligence. I know people who would check the boxes and they have still missed it. Their IQ is 100 bazillion thousand, and guess what? They still missed it. Why is that? Learning how to be deep thinkers. We're dealing with the sacral chakra, so we're talking about intuition here. We're talking about, the emotion body. We're talking about the senses. Being able to see beneath the surface without seeing beneath the surface. Being able to sense beneath the surface without seeing what's beneath the surface. We all love these classic statements of people should just keep it real. Well, you can't do and keep what you ain't. There are some folks that have been so conditioned and shaped and fashioned, like I said on a couple of videos ago, into deception that they don't know how to fucking be anything different. In fact, because they have gotten some type of a gain and benefit, they're still in that childlike energy to where they're still operating that way. And when I'm talking about, let me explain too. I know everyone, out there in the world is like, okay, you do what you have to do. Well, that's a yes and a no, and that's within a level of balance. Because you cross into danger zone when you're willing to hurt and violate other people for your personal gain. This is where doing what you got to do has moved into the very toxic lower form. If you doing what you got to do is actually in violation to someone else's rights, to someone else's boundaries, someone else's space, someone else's property, someone else's gains, someone else's health and well-being, someone else's right to be, then you've crossed over into the land of fucked up in the head. So there's a level of balance, right? If I create a social media platform and I get 100,000 subscribers and I have the most exquisite intellectual creative property content, does it automatically mean, by virtue of the creation, by virtue of that presence, does it automatically mean that I'm anything like any of that? Just automatically? The answer again is no. Somebody said, man, can I see, bitch? Somebody said wisdom. All I'm saying is it doesn't automatically mean. I'm not saying that someone that has that is not necessarily legit. That's not where I'm going. I'm saying that, does it automatically mean? Because this is what we do. From our lower form, we sit back and we observe and we look for 3D things to evaluate instead of tapping in. We look and go, ooh, they got 100 bazillion thousand trillion subscribers. They got 100 bazillion thousand trillion followers. They got 100,000 trillion likes. They got woo-de-woo. And I'm just using these for an examples. And do you guys know that some of these very same people are distorted? But you never know it. Some of these very people sold their souls to the elites to have it. But you would never know it. Some of these people do ritual work in a distorted sense. I'm not talking about the balanced, healthy form of laws of attraction or manifestation. I'm talking about the violation, manipulating in a negative way, mind control, manipulation, in order to achieve. So it poses the question, then does it automatically mean they got the man, boom, bitch? Because someone is physically, and I'm going to say this too, I'm trying to hit every arena I can possibly can to get people to learn how to be deep thinkers and to look beneath the surface. So because somebody's fine as wine, okay, whatever your verbiage is, everybody, say shit different. Let's just say somebody fine as wine, honey child. Let me tell you something. Man or woman, okay? Fine as wine. Just perfect, just how you like it, bitch. Let's say they fine, bitch. When I say fine, let's say fine. You heard? Right? They fine. Not fine. Fine, right? Let's say they're fine, right? You ain't never seen, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. That's fine, right? Now, let's play with that. Oh, there's so many possibilities to what you're looking at, isn't it? We live in a time of extreme illusion. Now, again, this is not about the judgment. This is about the observation. Does it necessarily mean that it's organic? No. Again, no judgment, but I'm throwing it out there. And let's say it is. Let's say the finest is. Let's say it's organic. Let's say they came from really good genes. Let's say they, maybe physically took care of themselves. Let's, because there's a lot of factors in terms of this physicality, right? Does it automatically mean that all of that fine, that fineness that you see on the external, doesn't mean that they're going to be equally be fine in the Ooh, I know some people gonna hate that part, bitch. I'm just saying, does it automatically mean that that same fine, that fineness you viewed with your eyes, is that what you're going to hear when they open their mouth? Is that what you're going to feel when you get in their energy and presence? Is that what you're going to learn and find out when it comes to do with their development and character? Does it automatically mean that there's somebody of integrity? Does it automatically mean that there's somebody that's got emotional maturity? Does it automatically mean there's somebody that's going to be faithful? Does it automatically... Does it automatically? I'm just saying, because again, I'm talking about how we have a tendency to be very surface. We be like, ooh. And then the ooh turns into 6 months down the line. And they the same fine. They the same fine they was. You know what I'm saying? Boom, bitch. They the same fine when we first had saw them, bitch. But that fine, what we was like looking all giddy like a high school, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, we don't shit. We're like, ugh. Ain't even, you know, it's lost its river, bitch. Why is that? Because does it automatically mean? I have to say this, and for those of us, I'm finna go to the sex. We finna go in the arena of sex, bitch. Okay? It's gonna be PG. Don't worry. It ain't gonna be graphic. So, I know that's gonna piss some people off, but we need to say it because again, we're talking about this 3D. And some of the things that we have all, or maybe on some level, been guilty of focusing in on and equating certain things to. Because someone is good in bed. Does it mean listen to me, does it automatically mean that they're good in relationships? Ooh. Because someone is good in bed doesn't mean that they're automatically good in relationships. Because someone is good in bed doesn't automatically mean that they love you because they know how to fuck you. Is because someone is good in bed does it automatically mean just by way of the reality of the individual being good in bed? Doesn't mean that they're good for you automatically. Now, I want to add another disclaimer. I'm not saying because when people are good in bed that it means that they're not. I'm saying that it's just the observation that it doesn't automatically mean that they are. Some of us, I know people they have taken a pretty hefty hit that they never saw coming for being stuck on stuff like this. Aesthetics, appearance, someone being able to imitate something, but was never it. Someone pretending to be a divine masculine and feminine, but did not actually hold the weight of a divine feminine or a divine masculine. Did not hold the frequency. It was an illusion. It was a trick. It was appearance. It was surface. Because we become, don't we? This is something that a lot of people, this is the part that I'm talking about with if and then. You transform, you become, and that's intentional. It's intentional. It's not just, oh, I read something and now I went and bought me a crown, bitch, and I'm divine. No. No. What is the frequency of that? What type of character is behind that outside of the titles and labels that we just like to throw around, which don't mean shit? Because if I say I'm a divine feminine, doesn't necessarily mean I'm one. Nope. Because I've managed to imitate all of the lingo that a divine feminine is supposed to operate in, I've managed to sit back and watch one and copy them. But does it automatically mean that is who I am to my core? Does it mean that I conduct like this behind closed doors when nobody's watching? No. It means that I've gotten damn good at presenting. If somebody is doting on you and just pouring all day, every day, doting on you, pouring out compliments and adoration and flattery, just making your head on swole status, you heard, making you feel like you should, bitch, you heard. Does it automatically mean, that's what's going to hurt some people, does it automatically mean that they actually even believed anything that they said to you? Just because, listen to me, by way of them doing it, does it automatically mean that this is authentically the way they feel? Does it automatically mean they're coming from a healthy space? Because you do have, the shit we see on TV where it's like, oh, okay, bitch. Yeah, we got one of them situations, one of them Lifetime movies, bitch. Just crazy. Hello, shit. Won't leave me alone, bitch. We do get that kind of shit too, where it's like, okay, this has gone into the realms of obsession. But just play with that. Does it automatically mean? Have we forgot that people do play games? Have we forgot that that's the world that we live in? I'm not saying, please, balance. No, this is not everybody, okay? All that I'm saying is I'm trying to shake us out of this automation, this stuffer, this surface level understanding because, oh, they paid me compliments, and yes, dear, and they did that to the last one, honey. And they're doing that to another one simultaneously to why they're doing that to you. So just because someone is pouring it on thick doesn't mean it's legit. Oh, boom, bitch. Just because someone is pouring it on thick doesn't mean that's legit. Or is there possibly an ulterior motive in some cases? Is it to get you to maybe take your guard down? Is it to get you to, drink the Kool-Aid? If they're trying to prep you up for the fall, bitch. They want your papers, bitch. You heard? For those that got papers, they want them benefits, bitch. Whatever it is, they want benefits. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all don't. But they poured it on thick, man. They sending you sexting, nudies. You so fine. I want you to be mine. If I had someone like you, bitch, woo-de-woo. I'll do anything for you, what you need, what you want, yeah. You heard? I'm sorry, y'all. Because we be on dumb status. We be sitting there, boy. We done all been here. That's what I'm saying. We done all been here. Where we grinning like we. It's like this motherfucker setting you up, bitch. They done said that to 5 other motherfuckers. While you over here thinking you special. You think you the exception. You're not the exception there. They said that they ain't never felt like this before. They said that to the last one, and they're saying that to another one that they're setting up. Huh? Huh? They said it's you that make them wild. Oh, honey, everybody makes them wild. We fall for that okie doke. Be like, oh, it's me. I make them wild. No, 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 you don't. They're wild. So if somebody comes to your house, let's say I'm gonna have some fun with this today. Oh yes, I feel it coming. Let's say somebody be like, you know, I just want to help you. I care for you. Let me come, cook for you. Let me come clean for you. Let me, go to the doctor. Let me go to the pharmacy for you, get your prescription. I just want to wooty wooty woo. Doesn't that sound all loving? Like there's nothing in that conversation or lingo that would make anyone go, nah. And let's say they got their eyes all stretched out and this little pitiful, pitiful look on their face, or, this sound and the voice to try to sound sincere and to try to sound loving and try to sound authentic and legit. Right? But does it automatically mean that their motivation for doing it is of a pure intention? Just automatically. Does it automatically mean that they actually do love and care for you? Because by way of them coming and maybe going to the pharmacy and getting a prescription, or coming and dusting the floor, mopping the floor, bitch, making some cupcakes, bitch, you're bringing you a Subway sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like... Does it automatically, I'm just making people think, because how many times or situations where in retrospect later on in life we look back and we be like, oh, this motherfucker. But in these moments, it looked like they were the most caring, selfless, helpful person that you knew, because they were checking all of the boxes. They were on their hands and knees scrubbing toilets and bitch, and saying, "See how I'm cleaning, bitch? See how I'm mopping the floor? You see how I'm sacrificing, bitch? See how I do this shit for you? I went and got your medicine. I went to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like they done extra, bitch. I brought you your favorite food, bitch. You heard?" But they ass was trying to kill you. You end up later finding out that they were just trying to keep you stuck. They were just trying to stay attached to you. Okay? That they kind of, in the core of them, didn't really like you. They just wanted to bind up your life. But on the surface, it looks like they're these doiting, selfless, sacrificing, supportive individuals. And to anybody that's looking with the naked 3D eye like everybody else, not knowing how to look beneath the surface of things. Then they buy you and your kids and your Xbox 360 and the latest PlayStation, bitch, and the latest Nikes and whoopty whoop and shoot, you know what I'm saying? Whoop. Well, it's called communal narcissism, so hopefully we're learning some lessons. So does it automatically mean? It doesn't. And again, like I said, you got the case in the scenario of obsessions, where things have gone in a very unhealthy, just way to the left. Because the bitch, if you try to leave, let me tell you something. See, these are the situations we find out later on, the hard way. Because if it was healthy, healthiness knows how to deal with like loss and disappointment and all that stuff. And essentially they, you know how to let go. In other words, if it comes down to somebody change their mind about you, you do know how to accept that someone has fucking changed their mind about you. You may not like it. You may not agree with it. You may feel all sorts of ways, but the level of healthiness operating in a person helps them to get through that in a more healthier way. Realizing that, oh dear, you can't make people love you. Okay? The mere fact that you're trying to is reflecting that you have no clue. The fact that you're trying to blackmail and bully people is just a reflection that you really are not understanding. Because you can't make people love you. You can't make people, you know what I'm saying? You can bully, you can threaten, but that's not going to be nothing like what you thought. You're going to end up turning that person against you. You're going to end up causing that person to resent you. And it's just going to be all bad. It's going to be all bad. So, again, if and then, if people are automatically just pouring, gifts on you because they see if they know that's your things. There are people who study folks' love language. If they know that's your thing, then that's what they're going to lean into. So just because somebody know how to lean into your love language, does it automatically mean that they're coming from a space of love? I'm just saying automatically. And please, I keep trying to bring balance. Because I'm like, no, not everybody has ill will. No, not everybody's got ill intentions. No, not everybody is trying to scheme. Okay? That's an overgeneralization. What I'm simply saying is, if and then. The automatic equating of things because somebody happens to know how to master certain things. So they know your love language. But it doesn't mean they're operating in love as they're trying to use your love language. And many of us got stories that we can honestly look at and evaluate after we have healed through, gone through, and moved from. We can honestly say that this person could have did all of the love language shit, but as time proceeded, and as you look back, you can see where it was being used in a low vibrational way. It was being used to get you to, like I said, to get you trapped, to get you stuck. It could have been used because somebody was looking for attention and validation at that time. So they played that role for that time. They didn't have any intention of ever, you see what I'm trying to say? So what's the point of all this? Okay, well, here's where it can at some point in life get good. Because when we do master in learning how to sense our own energy, but that of others, and learning how to be deep thinkers and looking beneath the surface, we're not going to be that quick. It's not about being cynical or jaded. It's just about slowing down enough to give yourself space enough to evaluate what you're dealing with after you've healed. Okay, because I know that trauma, we have to deal with that because, when you're in trauma and you're still like working through that, there's a lot of fear you have to release and so forth. And so after some time has gone by and you've significantly dealt with that and you put yourself back out there in life, then you take that wisdom with you. Like, yeah, because they can compliment you all day. That shit is easy to do. We look at such easy things to do. It is easy to sit up and compliment somebody, or it's easy to look like you're divine is it when you on the first date, bitch, and y'all, you know what I'm saying? When there's a level of distance or mystery hasn't been found out, you haven't been in that person's presence consistently enough to see if that's their true character or not. Right? Or whatever their profession is. Like I said, we've touched on a little bit of everything of if and then. And because we're in the information age, social media age, this is extremely easy. I say it all the time. People like me, other folks, we have copycatters, doppelgangers, and it's because we live in the age where anybody can pull your information and create it on a platform as if it's them, or imitating you so they can get some kind of a benefit. And people that are not Discerning wouldn't know the otherwise. They see a picture, it's your picture. They see, you know what I'm saying, a name, and maybe there's one letter different. Most people ain't gonna pay attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? They download your content and upload it somewhere else. I mean, it's easy. And this applies to everything. People that are on dating sites, okay? The lunatics do shit because they're trying to sabotage other shit. See, this is why I tell people, if you don't learn how to be a deep thinker and kind of grow up and sense that your life gonna get real fucked up and be super stagnated. Because if you had a lot of Kathy Batesy energies in your life, and single white female energies, and again, whether this is men or women, doesn't matter. Okay? But y'all know what I'm talking about. American Psycho kind of energies, and you know what I'm saying? And they're smart. They use their smarts to keep you stuck and confused. They use that to trap you and to get you off of the right track. So if you were trying to do something and go in a different direction, they're always planning, plotting, and scheming. This is the nature of who they are, these types. This does not change. So, and if you're easily gotten that way because somebody come to you with a phone and show you something that they didn't fabricate it, then you're done. We have to learn how to be deep thinkers. Consider your source. Is this person even mentally well and stable that's coming to you presenting this information? What do you actually know about this person that's coming to you presenting this information past their illusion? What have you even actually found out? For some of us, we knew some of these people was one flew over the cuckoo's nest, and whether it's because we grew up with them or whatever, we just wanted to turn a blind eye to that and not look at the seriousness of the situation. So hopefully we're now starting to realize if then. Dating sites. Anybody can create the perfect dating site profile. Am I lying? I'm just saying. I'm not saying this is wrong and bad and evil and people shouldn't. That's not where I'm going either. It's not about a judgment. This is an observation. Anybody can create the perfect dating site profile. Am I lying? Anybody could foster a fake relationship if they don't have to have a personality and actually show up and actually converse beyond copying and pasting text. Anybody can fabricate in this way and send it in bulk, bitch. And this is something people may not even know. Send them texts in bulk as long as they don't include names. So they doing it. So you ain't nothing special, bitch. They sent you that wonderful. They done copied and pasted that shit to 5 hoes. You see where I'm going? Lazy, no investment, looking for the shortcut, looking for the quick. They don't want to have to talk. Talk, yeah, bitch. You got to talk, right? Shit, it's easy, man. So if then, just because they're sending you text every day, does it automatically mean that they're not sending 5 other motherfuckers them same text messages? Because they text you every day? Does it automatically mean they're holding integrity? Does it automatically mean their energy is 100% vested? Not necessarily. And it doesn't mean that it's not. I'm just simply saying it doesn't automatically mean. Just because someone tell you that they're not entertaining someone else, does it automatically mean it's true? Yes or no? Because there are people who don't want to lose you as an option. If they want you to be on the roster, dear, then, and they know that if them sharing with you that they are entertaining other options, if they are aware of that, then no matter what you tried to say, if they're aware of that and don't want to risk losing you as an option, you see where I'm going yet? We be stuck on because, well, they said they wasn't entertained. Okay, dear. Uh, uh, and people lie. Hello? They said they didn't have time and energy to entertain no one else. Yeah, that's so they can solidify their game that they're not doing that. They said that they'd be too tired and they sleep most of the time, or they're, wooty woo, and they don't have time to be trying to, well, so that you would believe them, dear. Right? What do we have to do with that? Okay, y'all may be saying, okay, well, this is the lesson, dude. Be neutral and just observe, and then apply your own wisdom and intuitions as it kicks in accordingly, and be fair. Okay, we don't got to bite people's head off. We don't have to have a bullhorn. We don't have to do any of that, because see, it's not about having a bullhorn or biting people's head off. It's not about, you know you discover that somebody's intentions aren't legit. Do you know that you don't have to necessarily respond? You may discover that their intentions are not legit, and you simply just back out. If you know somebody is attempting to gaslight you, you simply back out. When you start mastering the ability to do it, you don't argue anymore. You don't try to get them into a discussion anymore. And the reason why you stop doing this is because it's an energy exchange, an attempt to get you tied up. And these types of people, what they're going to do is try to gaslight you. Trying to force honesty out of someone who doesn't have honesty in them is a waste. This is a part of why at some point I stopped seeking to get truths from toxic family. Because attempting to do that with people who just simply does not have it in them to do is a waste of your time and your energy. And it's an insult. So the best thing that you can do is just let them be. Go, okay, hi, and bye. If you've given people opportunity, you've asked them some direct questions or whatever at some point, and they play some kind of game, you don't go back and go, well, the reason why you stop going there, because they want to keep you engaging. You just go, okay, bye. And you move on in life. You stop over second guessing yourself. See, once you heal a lot, you get over with worrying about, that constant second guessing. That constant second guessing is a result of the gaslighting and years of abuse. But once you heal through that or ascend through that, you be like, cut off game, bitch. Bah. Like, they gonna come correct or they not gonna come. They gonna come correct or they gonna be blocked. We're not doing that. We're not living in the land of crazy land. If they don't have the maturity yet to do it, then they need to go on their prospective paths in their own life. Right? If, then, we just simply, apply the wisdom. Okay, like I said, you ain't got to roll your neck. You ain't got to roll your eyes. You ain't got to scream. You don't have to. You just be like, boom. And they're going to try, but you just be like, no, cut off game, bitch. I don't have time for players. I don't have time for liars and thieves and whores. Oh, my. Sorry, you had your opportunity. Right? And you smile and skip off into the, your life. Because now you're just making space for being able to see what it's like for the legit. Because as you're mastering being able to sniff and feel through the bullshit, your other mastery is going to be kicking in as well. So then you make space to see what it's like to have legit, to see what it's like for people to have honorable intentions, to see what it's like for people to not only look and appear a certain way in a certain thing, but are. So they're not just gurus for TikTok and gurus for YouTube and gurus for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. They live a guru life. They're not just someone who's trying to get another practice and another get-rich-quick scheme. They're somebody that is incorporating becoming their product authentically. They're not somebody that's just trying to look like a tree. They become the tree. They do what it takes to become an organic, authentic tree. Okay, you got to get the seeds, bitch. What's the kind of this tree, bitch? You get the seeds. You got to water it, bitch. You got to allow all of the seasons, bitch, for it to normally do what it do. Then you got to prune and cut the tree. It's gonna take time because that tree didn't become what it was in a snap. Technically it did, but as it pertains to this 3D reality and experience, it didn't. It had to go through all of the various seasons to become what it became. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Not just chronological age. There are people that are chronologically aged, but they're stagnated because they want to skip. They want to just look like the tree. They want the benefit of the tree. They don't want to have to go through everything the tree went through to actually be the legit tree. They want the oohs and the ahs and the adoration that the tree may receive. They want the destiny and the benefits. They want people to look at them like a tree. But they don't want to do the work. In fact, they just want to steal, mimic, imitate, and then wonder why at some point, ring around the rosy, ashes, ashes, and they all fall down. Something built on faulty ground. Here come them towers. It was deceptive, faulty foundation. Here they come. Poof! 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 Over and over again. Endless until they die. Poof! If then. Somebody gonna be like, dang, somebody gonna be looking at shit all different and be like, oh shit, bitch. Good. Come out of them stoofers. Come out of that mind control. Come out of that brain fog, that brainwashing. Because not everything is quite as it seems. Because I say I love you don't mean that it's true. Because I cook and clean for you don't mean that I'm doing it in love and with pure intention. Because I buy something for your kids don't mean that there's not some poison attached to it. Because I dote on you all day and send you compliments and boost up your ego don't mean that I have pure intentions towards you. Because I know the language and lingo of different arenas don't mean that I'm actually becoming. Because I'm fine as wine don't necessarily mean my soul is fine. Because I'm good in bed don't necessarily mean I'm good in my head. Think about it, y'all.